be recorded. I know it's not going to be recorded. Who the hell cares? But a Fuko.
Wow, that took me by surprise.
Yeah. That's the one thing that you can always test if someone's going to laugh at anything.
Buttafuoco.
Just
Dude,
randomly.
I haven't gotten sidelined with a Buttafuoco since 1995. Easy. You really got to ease somebody. Yeah, that's just something you don't bust out onto just anybody. Especially if they've never heard of fucking David Letterman.
Yeah.
Which is entirely possible nowadays, yeah. He only does the Netflix thing now, right? Like there are people that were born on the day of the last episode of The Late Show are going to be almost 10 years old now.
God.
Oh, excuse me. God, you can hear the flavor on that one. Christ.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
mute your mic if you need to get rid of it.
Sorry? What?
Yeah, okay.
Sure. Couldn't hear. Yeah. Okay.
Because that's what makes it a professional podcast, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't believe in cough buttons. We let you hear everything.
Well, I tasted the scabs on that one, and I just wanted to share
it. Hello, cretins.
Welcome to the Big Purple Booger Hour. God. All right, and nobody else was around for this, but that's 2 booger jokes in under 5 minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not our record, too, probably.
Not our record, but hopefully I can rein it the fuck in for the next however long this is going to go on for. Oh yeah, did they miss was the Buttafuoco public also? Was the great Buttafuocoing
I don't know. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't.
Darn. It would be a shame if it wasn't.
All right, so I'm just waiting for another moment, see if people jump in, because I do have a couple of things I would like to share. Oh, Review It Rob's in here. Jody Buttafuoco over here. Hey, what murders?
Oh, technically he didn't murder anybody.
Well, the reference was from a John Gotti roadside interview or something.
Joey Buttafuoco over here. Wow, and John Gotti knows. Well, John Gotti knows who everyone is, I suppose. But anyway,
Joe Pesci knows who everyone is.
Yeah, I would fuck with John Gotti before Joe Pesci.
That guy has had the most interesting life.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I was just gonna say because
Joe Pesci, yeah.
Because Joe Pesci's a hard ass. I'm sorry, John Gotti's a hard ass, but he's not a hard ass with an Oscar.
It's funny how he started off as a musician.
Fucking
what?
With
the Jersey Boys? You haven't heard about this?
Well, that would explain why he was able to wrangle an album in like the year of our Lord 1998 as Vincent Garibaldi, et cetera, but shit, no, I didn't know he was like a legit. I thought the end of the question that you had just said was going to be like, well, he was originally a underboss for the New Jersey mob, something like that. I could have bought, you know.
He might be. There's the public Joe Pesci and the very private Joe Pesci.
I would assume that the private Joe Pesci is private for very specific reasons, not musician related ones. That's interesting as shit. All right, so a little bit about that, if you please. We need some lore. We need like.
Oh no, that's basically it. He started as a musician with, I think it was the Jersey Boys.
The
Jersey I wasn't sure if he was part of the band or he was their manager, or it was probably something along those lines. It's one of these things you can Google it because I don't really remember the whole thing. It's just one of those things like Joe Pesci was a musician before he was an actor. Huh.
It would parse if he was their manager.
Yeah.
It would probably more likely be he was their drummer or something like that. And then he was like, I don't like sitting back here. I'm going to go up front now because I'm Joe Pesci and I can do that.
What are you going to do? Stop me?
Everybody's like, oh, Joe's just grabbing the mic. No, he's going past he's calling his agent. He's going to be in Raging Bull.
Just let him go.
Let him go. It's okay. Well, All right, is anybody in the crowd want to replace the drummer that just left us for a very lucrative acting career? You? What's your name? Phil? You're from England. Oh, all right, yeah, go ahead and get on up.
Yeah, sure. Come on in.
As long as you can beat the skins. Oh, you're firing me. All right, well, don't expect that to happen all the time, pal. See ya.
This became a drama.
Studio. Obscure ass trivia. Everyone? Okay. I assume that like our demographics roughly the same age as us, if not close.
Sure, let's go with that.
If not that, then they are at least a bunch of like incurable pop culture junkies that like to drop like non sequitur facts on people in the lunchroom.
That's a very safe bet.
That's a very safe bet. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, unsolicited, of course.
Oh, of course. That's the best kind of.
So everybody knows the music video for Land of Confusion, right?
Oh, with the puppets?
The puppets. Yeah, that one. All right. So my favorite bit of trivia about Genesis is that the puppet that they used for the drummer of Genesis in the video was actually a prototype puppet that they had designed for Phil Collins, who was also a puppet in the video. Because you remember they had 4 puppets for the video and they had to have somebody on the drums, but who was their drummer? It was Phil Collins.
Yeah.
But they had to have somebody represent the drummer for visual purposes or staging purposes in the video.
Oh, okay.
So they just used the Phil Collins puppet that they weren't going to use.
Hey, it's there. Why? Best it not collect dust. All right, review
Joe
Robson.
Pesci, yeah. He's got some Joe Pesci factoids for us.
Joe Pesci was in the band Joey D and the Starlighters with Jimi Hendrix. I remember that now. Yes. Oh, you got to stop drinking when we're reading this stuff. He did stuff with the Four Seasons. Yes, that's coming to me now. Was it the Jersey Boys he did stuff with as well? Because I forgot about the Jimi Hendrix thing.
That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Joey with Jimmy so hold on, I'm processing. Just
I can almost see the apple wheel going on top of your head.
That's you know how I am. The mental theater is the first to kick in, so it's like, hey Jimmy, okay, all right, we know you're good. Just take it easy on the fucking soloing. St. Mary and Joseph. Fuck. All right, what are we doing here? That's right. I'm singing. It's Joey D's Nuts and the Starlighters with Jimi Hendrix. With.
Did you say Joey D's Nuts?
I don't know. Did I? You going to ask me again about it?
Oh, Lord. I love it. Absolutely love it.
That's amazing. That's actually cool because Jimi Hendrix always exists as like one of those legendary guitar figures that seemingly just sprung out of nowhere. But of course, he was going to be in the business for a little bit.
Until he did enough drugs to kill him.
Until that happened. Yeah, he should have stuck around with Joey D.
Yeah. He just ended up in the underworld, that's all.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't let him solo, apparently. So, probably got frustrated. He probably didn't want to get whacked. If he was going to die, it was going to be on his own terms.
So I do have, there is something I do want to talk about that I did earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Chris over at Ear to Ear Magic, he invited me to come with him on my off day to Magic Kingdom. And I got the experience to try out the Tron roller coaster, which I never got to do before.
Okay.
Because it's in the, it's still in the phase where you need a virtual queue. And those, if you're not up at 7 o'clock in the morning to get it, then you're pretty much not going to get it. It's really, really cool. I mean, if you love Daft Punk, this ride is all for you, without a doubt.
Are you big into the Daft Punk?
I know of them. Or him now.
They don't have any mobster participation, so it's kind of like in your periphery.
Well, maybe with Pentium.
Yes.
That's a robot joke.
I thank you, because I didn't get it.
Okay. It wasn't that good. Never explain the joke, even if it's bad.
I mean, I know they broke up, but is that like?
I think one of them retired.
Okay, all right.
And the other guy, I don't know if he wants to continue with as Daft Punk or just do other stuff. I'm not sure. Okay, so Rob has.
Listen, I only know about the Dover Boys, the Jersey Boys.
Yeah,
Jersey, but like in England.
Oh,
old Jersey.
Old Jersey.
Yes, that one.
Nice.
It's the Jersey headquarters before they opened up their satellite location in the colonies.
Well, back to Tron. The ride opened last year, and they were giving annual pass holders chances to get virtual queues, which I was actually able to get one. And I haven't had the best luck when it comes to, let's say, rides that require their riders to be a particular size. It's probably the best way to put it. Let's just say I've done my fair share of Walk of Shames, where I get up there and, we can't accommodate you.
It's the engineer's fault. They should know. They should. I mean, the parks are located in Florida. I mean, you're going to be cutting out a large part of the demographic. Yeah. I know. It sucks.
Well, yeah. And I didn't also know that at the same time that they had seats for what I call the fat guy cars.
Yeah.
Like every few trains has a fat guy car at the very end where instead of riding on a bike, you're just sitting down and you have the lap bar on you and whatever.
Hold on a second. So the carts are fashioned after the light cycles in the movies, right?
Yeah, it's like they're side by side, and I think there's like 8 of them in a train.
Okay.
But the last set of seats or the last set of bikes is not bikes; it's just a chair or a seat.
Okay, so those are the not so light cycles.
Yeah, those are the fat guy seats.
Okay.
I didn't know those existed because when I got up to the test vehicle, where you could see, hey, are you able to, can we accommodate you for this ride? Odds are we can't. The funny thing is it's a very strange apparatus. You have to basically straddle and then pull these handlebars towards you, which then, if this is my leg, a bar locks into place over your calf.
Right. Okay.
And it goes into like the back of your knee. My calves are too fat.
Oh. So
that's what was preventing me from getting on. And it's not like my whole life I was like, oh man, I look like a tub of shit, but at least my calves are in great shape. They're big and muscular and they're like Goldberg calves. Skinny at the ankle and then muscle up because it's carrying a shit ton of weight. Well, I did that back when it first opened, and I was so distraught. The cast member didn't tell me, hey, we have fat guy seats that you can sit in. I just turned around and I walked away. I was like, I did the walk of shame once again. So this week, I have been on a weight loss journey for the last few months. I've lost 38, 40 pounds, somewhere in there.
Very nice.
I'm getting closer to my goal. Not there yet, but I'm getting closer. And I was thinking, you know what? This thing's probably going to work this time. I sit down and the bar couldn't go half as far as it did before.
Couldn't go half. So wait.
Previously, it was able to go about, like, say, 3/4 of the way up to the back of my knee. This time, it couldn't even go halfway. There was too much.
So your calves got more calf?
Yeah.
Okay, but is that lean muscle now, or probably if you're losing weight and you're cutting out carbs and such?
Yeah. It's it plus with all the treadmill and other stuff I've been doing. Yeah, it's the calves. I looked down. I was like, well, at least I got these fine calves. It looks like I walk around in high heels all day. They're so muscular.
Get your fine calves here.
Yeah. $2 Don't worry, he wasn't using them.
2 for a shilling, 2 for a shilling for Christmas.
Please, sir, can I have another calf?
Oh, you can have all the calves. You can have the whole fucking barn. At least Universal gave me passes for other rides when I couldn't ride some rides there.
I never got that.
Yeah.
And there's been a number of Universal rides where I've had to do that walk of shame. I've never gotten offers. It's like, hey, go do this. Here's a pass to skip the line or whatever.
I remember hearing about somebody at our old job that had to do something, and that was in a similar situation, who said something similar after he told me that, like, well, at least they gave me free passes for like some sort of a recompense for one thing or another. And then I remember the one time that when we went, and you're able to hop on there, and it's like, well, what did you do to get, like, what the dude I'm talking about, not you. I say, how did that even out? What happened? Because that fucking sucks. I mean, ooh, whoops. Sorry. That's part of the effort, the effort that you invest in order to, in order to attend one of those theme parks. Is you expect like more of a payoff than just, hey, you can go on the roller coaster that, I don't know, won't fucking send your brains into your feet because of your body type. And how many are that? Like maybe 2 on a good day?
Yeah.
They did it when
rubs.
Yeah.
They did it when I couldn't fit on the Hogwarts Castle ride, and then again when I couldn't do the Rip Ride Rocket. I never even tried Rip Ride Rocket. I knew that's just a lost cause for me.
Dude, every time I've gone on the Rip Ride Rocket, it's fucking broken down. I think that they're just trying to hedge their bets at that point.
They see you coming.
Yeah. I mean, because me and another friend of mine were able to hop on there once, and she's considerably bigger than me. And they didn't have any qualms about it. But that was like the first time I'd ever been on it. And I've been on it like 4 times since then. And every single goddamn time it's broken down. So maybe they're just, at that point, they're just like, look, we're not taking any fucking chances. This thing's kind of like on borrowed time now. It was on borrowed time when we opened it. We don't know what's happening here. What was the Hogwarts Castle ride? Is that like the main, that
was the first Harry Potter ride. Yeah.
The first one. Yeah. Because I remember the one that I'm talking about with us was actually one of the
it was the Gringotts.
It was fucking Gringotts. That's right. God damn it. That one I don't know. I'm saying relatively sore over that one because, like, one of my favorite rides in the park was the Mummy, but you were the person to push me to go on that because I thought it was going to be bullshit. And it wasn't. It's one of the funnest coasters like in existence. And this one reminded me a lot of the Mummy, but with a bit of advanced technology. So I was like, oh shit, Bob's going to love the hell out of this. And then
the first time by the way, no problem getting on the Mummy. Never had an issue.
Yeah, it's because the Mummy was made by better men.
Big men.
The Gringotts engineers phoned all of that shit in, except it was kind of cool. But yeah, that fucking blew.
The Hogwarts Castle, that's actually the very first ride I got walked off of because it was very early when the park first opened, and I didn't see the test ride vehicles because there was an ocean of humanity all over the place.
Yep.
So I get in line, I wait 2.5 hours, I get up to the car seat, and what the hell? I can't sit down.
Yeah.
My shoulders wouldn't let me sit down. It was like the frame was like this big. My wife, of course, she had sat down, no problem. They said, all right, sir, we can't accommodate you. God. And we were having like a whole big romantic, like Harry Potter day. We bought the wands. We did like the stores. We were going to watch the movie afterwards because like the 7th movie just got released or something like that.
Yeah.
And we were like going to make it a whole day. Ruined the whole fucking day for me. Because I had never had to walk off a ride before. I was like, I heard NBA players were riding on this thing.
Well, they can bribe.
Web on it?
Dude, oh my God. All right. So in under 30 minutes, we've gotten a Joey Buttafuoco reference. What was the fucking second thing that you said that was just like, oh, you're just like kicking me right in the past with this shit. And then now you're dropping Spud Webb, sight unseen, just casually into conversations, like you're dropping a pair of olives into a martini glass. These just belong here. Don't worry about it. All right, let's wait for people to look up Spud Webb and then come back to this.
Yeah.
I'm honestly review at Rob saying I'm honestly surprised anyone can fit on the Forbidden Journey ride. Now, what the fuck is the Forbidden Journey ride? I'm not recognizing that one.
The Forbidden Journey ride, that's the one at the castle, the Hogwarts castle, where you're not so much in a chair as you're sitting in like a rectangular locker.
Rectangular.
And the harness comes down on top of you.
So yeah, okay. So for the two rides, Hogwarts is on the island's side, if I'm not mistaken, and that has like these giant like 4-person carriages, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, right. Shit. What is the?
Hey, remember when it did that? No,
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I suck. Anyway, what was okay? So what's the locker that you're talking about though? Like, what reference are you making?
Well, the Forbidden Journey, you're not sitting in a chair or on a broom.
And he's our age. That's a deep fucking cut, buddy.
Just look up Daryl Armstrong then.
Yeah. What a timely reference.
How many more 90s basketball players can we do? Dominique Wilkins, go for
wow. Kembe Mutombo.
Silly ass name.
Okay, fuck it. Back to
JD.
Yeah.
What a timely reference. Yes, thank you, JD.
All right, the locker thing,
yes.
Harry Potter, yeah, sure, which is technically in and of itself a 90s reference, but it has somehow persisted.
Yeah, so that I got walked off of that, and I remember that the team member was like really rude to me. It's like, you need to go now. It's like, what are you talking about? I'm waiting for 2.5 hours. No, go. And then there was this divider that was actually a curtain. And I've never seen somebody slam a curtain shut before. But apparently you could do it. Because she did. She was tired of my shit and just went.
God damn.
Like first class on an airplane.
And
Sorry, you belong with the other peons.
And the funny thing is, when she slammed the curtain, you could actually hear a door shut.
A cell door.
God, this is so bizarre. Forbidden Journey is islands. Oh, so that is just the Hogwarts ride. Okay. Hagrid's is islands and Escape from Gringotts' studios. But dude, you got to go on Hagrid's, and that's fine.
I got to do Hagrid's, which is weird.
Yeah, isn't it? Because that's a railgun. And those are like implicitly dependent upon centrifugal forces. Like, what the fuck? How could they make that one work?
I don't know, but I remember you and I got in line for it, and we were saying to each other, well, I'm definitely going to be in the sidecar. That's without a doubt. And then we get to it, and the sidecar gives you like this much room for your knees. I'm like, I can't sit here. Well, try the motorcycle. I'm like, how do I fit on this?
Mm-hmm.
What is going on here? I don't know.
And then by that point, I'm pretty sure somebody was just get your ass on the bike.
Yeah.
Because
slam the safety lockdown.
You know why? Because they have seen Daytona Beach in spring. That's why they were like, he can fit.
We can make this fit.
There's an entire industry over there on the East Coast that is centered around this physical dynamic, and we're going to make it work, by God. And the engineers that created that ride did such a good job. They were just like, we don't fucking care. It's magic.
Well, I did find out that the people who made the Hagrid motorcycle ride was a different company than made the other two rides.
Well, no shit.
Yeah.
So we're dealing with like MIT graduates versus the best of Full Sail. I'm sorry, Full Sail's audio department is one of the most renowned in the country. We're not talking about the audio department, are we? We're talking about the motherfucker that directed Godzilla versus Kong.
It's Chad Gable versus Walter or whatever his name is. Gunther. Yeah.
Yeah.
Full Sail's own Chad Gable.
Oh, well, okay. I they can own Chad Gable. They can claim him, but like Adam Weingart, whatever. There is and by the way, I was going to say that between the two rides over in fucking Pottyland and Islands, you got access to the better ride.
Okay.
And it should have been worth it because they had to take one of my favorite coasters of all time out in order to accommodate that project anyway. So it was just like, you guys better make this fucking work. It's good.
it's a worthy successor.
It's a fucking fun one. Yeah, I like that coaster. It's not even that like severe. That's a difficult trick to pull off.
I remember watching a ride-on video like the day before. That whole video just completely blanked out of my mind once we sat on the ride. Because I was like, what's going on? Why are we dropping?
Why are we going backwards? I want to pet the doggy.
Puppy! Here, boy!
Let me tell you how, like, I bet you this is why they got, like, the best engineers that they could afford onto that ride. How embarrassing would it have been to have a weight restriction on a ride named after Hagrid the fucking Giant? You know, the largest, I suppose, arguably largest character within the Potter universe or whatever
main character universe.
Main character, yeah. I've heard that like there are bigger giants and whatnot, but that's like they don't have trademark recognition.
Yeah.
That would have been dumb. Well, Hagrid could fit on it. Hagrid's fucking fictional, idiot. I don't know. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna pretend that Hagrid is not fictional and that these are his bikes. Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, make it work. Make it work, engineering.
Fix it. So yeah, sorry to the two other rides, but you got the A team on the motorcycle ride.
Yeah, but the Tron ride I was able to get on. Of course, I had to sit on the fat guy seat. Thing comes down right across my stomach. Like, oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. And there was that.
I know this is how it is. But, all right, but there's motorcycles leading up, and those are the light cycles. Did the fat guy look like a light pickup truck?
All I need is a horn. And it plays Daft Punk.
Yeah. This is hard. No, they made it look like one of those Philippine semi-tractor trailers, the ones that are decked out in neon and all the pastel, like hard glitter, the glittery paint. That would have been fucking pimp as shit.
Well, the seats were originally made for handicapped people who are able to get out of their wheelchair and sit in a seat. That's what it's for. So they don't have. It's not every single train that has. It's like every fourth train or so. So the bar comes down across my stomach and it is tight as a bitch, and I'm like, oh, this hurts. Well, let's see. What I can't really get a comfortable grip on this because when I'm on a ride, I like to be able to hold something, especially something that goes fast. I want to be able to like balance myself.
You gotta have a grip on something taking those G's, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
especially
a bitch.
Bitch. Yeah. That's me. 100%.
Dude, I passed out on Dueling Dragons once. Come on.
Really?
You knew this, didn't you?
Dragons? No.
Yeah. Do you remember when I was going to day school and I had like free access to islands?
Yes.
And me and my friends and I like went on the Dragons like all the fucking time. I had like an hour to burn before school because I just got off a shift over at the Papa John's across the street. And people in Orlando like, oh, that Papa John's sucks. Yeah, I can tell you. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna burn some. You can say hi. Oh, they're sneaking. All right. It was successful. Victor says hi, by the way.
Hi, Victor.
And I went across the street and I was like, all right, I'm going to kill some time on the Dragons. And I hopped on and I got into the back, like the very, very back of the Dragons and did this, because I was like, I'm a pro. I've been on this thing like 20 times by this point. And I screamed so hard on like the first drop that all of a sudden I was back at the return. And I was like, what the fuck?
All the air escaped.
I don't know. I don't even remember like the sensation of blacking out. I was just like, oh, I'm awake. Huh. That's interesting.
Was it any good?
I couldn't tell you. I don't remember it. But
funny.
I'm pretty appreciative of the fact that I was able to wake up before the ride ended, though, because Strike 2, I don't think they let you get a second one because of Dudley Do-Right.
Dudley, yeah.
Which I know I've talked about on the show before, and I am no hurry to like revisit that trauma ever again.
I know.
Yeah, right. Anyway.
Well, but there's probably some security guy watching on camera. Is that guy passed out? I think he is.
It's just kind of like,
fuck it, let the ride go. He's fine.
I'm like ragdolling in all the loops.
Arms are just like you're smacking other people around you with your elbows.
Dude, it just occurred to me that like Islands gave me some fucking stories. Not that that one was like any more impressive than he knows you're here. What are you doing? He's doing the Dick Dastardly sneak. He's gonna go kill Jerry the mouse now. All right. The one time that I lost my Dave School hat on the Hulk ride, and I was like, well, that's that. And then I went down to when I got out of it, there's like that little concourse beneath the launch area.
Yeah.
And sitting right in the middle of the concourse was the hat.
Yeah.
Nobody had touched it. Nobody picked it up. It's just like in the middle of it, like the mask. You can't get rid of me, Corey. I wasn't trying to, but okay, awesome.
The hat came back
the very next day. Can't go a year without making that reference at least once, can we?
I can't go a month without making that reference at least once.
Okay, all right, sorry. That's another derailing. So
that's all right. So the Tron thing. So the bar comes down on the stomach, and the first time I'm on a ride, I want to get a good grip because after like the first ride, then the second ride, I'm a little more looser and I can have the arms up and everything.
Right.
And I realized, well, there's a bar right in front of me. I can't reach it. What? Why is that there? I looked at the guy next to me. He's like, is it supposed to be this far away from me? And he looked at me. He's like, oh yeah, I don't know why it's
there.
It's there. It's out of reach for everybody who isn't Dikembe Mutombo. God damn! I wish it's out of reach for everybody who's not Sean Kemp. There we go.
Oh, nice. Okay, who's that? I guess it's the basketball player. I don't know.
Yeah, from the Sonics.
Thank you. Thanks for looking out for us old bees.
The ride itself, very quick.
Like, well, it ought to be. It's a light cycle.
Yeah, but it was very quick. It was over in a minute.
Oh, okay. You said this was the Magic Kingdom, right?
Yes.
So they didn't keep this one for Hollywood Studios?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Got it.
It originally opened in, I want to say, Shanghai Disney. And it was really popular. And it's like, hey, we're going to bring this over here and put it right next to Tomorrowland. Okay.
Huh. That's bizarre. I mean, I know that they have like all their Disney properties on, such as Lilo and Stitch and whatnot, but that seemed to be like more of an orbiting sort of an IP, and therefore I'd assume to see that on like the Hollywood Studios property along with like Guardians and whatnot.
Yeah, but
Guardians is on Epcot over here, so never fucking mind.
But having that right next to Tomorrowland, aesthetically, it blends in really well because it's got this white canopy over, and it does blend into the rest of the land very, very well.
I guess it would.
The theming itself is like, I guess that kind of works as looking into tomorrow.
Yeah. Do you get a nice clear view of people hawking lungers off of that one spaceship ride?
No, I think it goes. No, actually, the canopy kind of like covers the entire ride
because they don't
the rain.
They don't want people on the light cycle ride catching lungers to the face. That's practical. Good call, Imagineers.
I was noticing it has the ride itself has a number of these high climb steep drops again, so you get lots of good air. And when you have a bar digging into your stomach, not the most comfortable thing in the world.
Yeah.
Halfway through it, I was thinking, I'm getting too old for this shit.
When's the last time I was on a roller coaster? Was I think 2015 or so. And I've lived in Orlando at least until 2017. Oh no, I'm sorry. And of course I moved back in 2018. But even the entire like second jaunt at GC, I didn't go to the parks. I think once. No, I did in 2020, and I didn't go on any of the roller coasters. So it's at some point those damn things begin to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate for me. Everything hurts.
Everything hurts. Oh, well, that's a bummer. But hey, a plus, no lungers to the face. And I bet the people that were on the Lunger spaceship ride were able to get a good glimpse of you yakking.
You're really about this hacking a loogie off the ride.
They took away the cable cars, or the Skyway, or whatever the hell they called it.
Was that in Tomorrowland?
I thought it was Tomorrowland to Fantasyland.
What? Was it? Or was it at Disneyland where they had the cable cars? Because I know they had...
I've never been to Disneyland ever, and I know that I've been on that at least once or twice. So hold on a second. Skyway, Disney Wild. And we're going to get a good look at the... that's the Disney Skyliners. Not necessarily what we're doing here. Disney Skyway was a gondola lift attraction at Disneyland at the Magic Kingdom and at Tokyo Disneyland. So all three of its main parks. And what was the reason they got rid of it from Disney World? I think it was because they were sick of people hawking lungers off of it. I don't know. No way. Hold up a second. There was a... okay, this is probably just a rumor, but only because. All right, so when was the show Blossom out?
Late 80s?
Late 80s, early 90s. I remember being in middle school, all right? And there was an episode that they shot on location at Disneyland, and I remember this. It would have been after Roger Rabbit, so it was the 90s. They were at Toontown in Disneyland, so Disney World didn't have that. They just had Disney's Celebration Toontown, which was Toontown in name only.
No,
what a
not the same
fucking ripoff that was, yeah. And one of the episodes, either Joey or Blossom or one of those little bastards, they actually dip a cup on somebody, another character in the show that they saw from the Skyway, and then it cut the commercial break. And then I remember like a couple of months later hearing about the Skyway being taken out of the parks. And I always wondered if that, well, now I'm wondering if that had something to do with the other thing.
What's the other thing?
Well, the Skyway. And broadcast television characters popularizing chucking shit at people from said Skyway. Because, you never would have thought of that yourself, bringing a drink up onto the thing, right?
I know that grad night over at Disneyland, they have a lot of problem with people jumping out of them.
That's also grad night at Disneyland, but they never got rid of the bathrooms, even though people kept attempting to make babies in them on grad night. Sometimes Small World, after all, is still open.
Yeah, close the bathrooms and see what happens.
Yeah, right.
You'll have people taking shits right there on Main Street.
But it seemed to me if that were the reason, like if it were like a risk of guest behavior, that the overhead and that sort of that level of a renovation wouldn't be worth whatever you're trying to accomplish. Sorry, I just thought about like Small World. Like that is the least. That's like the last place I'd want to make out with anybody. Jesus Christ, the music. I can't just...
Yeah, that's probably the worst place.
Is that a dead person hanging from the ceiling? What the fuck, hon? Get off of me.
Oh, God. I remember that story.
What's the matter? You able to get it up in the Haunted Mansion? Yeah, but...
Have you seen the bride? She's hot.
I was actually going to go there, and then I reined it in.
I don't care if she has an axe.
Thanks for that. I don't know, man. That Hatbox Ghost got me feeling kind of funny right now. What do you say, Dollface?
They're moving, or they're installing the Hatbox Ghost here in the Orlando Haunted Mansion.
I thought they already had one.
No, their thing. The theming was the bride.
Oh, because they're trying to keep the narratives not separate, but individual for each park, right?
Kind of, even though the one in California is longer, I believe. Mm-hmm. Or am I thinking of Pirates? I'm probably thinking of Pirates.
I think you're thinking of Pirates. I thought that like each of the, except for Shanghai Disney, which is its own like glorious thing. I think that all the Haunted Mansions are actually have the same gestation period or ride-through period.
There are some slight differences here and there. Like the Orlando ride has the MC Escher room.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, but that's a recent addition. I remember when that wasn't even there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago, that was just a fucking. That was like a literal liminal space, just a staircase and then nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now there's staircases everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Look,
I like that room.
They go down. Yeah, it's a nice little rest period and whatnot, but I don't know. Wait, I was about to get critical of a Disney ride as if it's any sort of of more artistic merit.
As if you know what you're talking about.
Well, once you see the Escher gag used in The Simpsons, you're kind of like, that's really scary. I just expect to see Homer Simpson kind of bouncing down the staircase, and that's not this park. That's the other park. So there's a bit of a disconnect there for me, cognitively speaking. But again, it's not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be something that's a bit more interesting than just a staircase with a spider web above it.
It is kind of off-putting. You're going, and it's very early on in the ride. You're going through it. It's like, oh, there's some ghosts over here. Oh, there's some scary eyes over there. Look at all the stairs.
All right.
Huh.
Why do I think of this shit? You know what they could have added to it?
What?
They could have added because you know how they're big into celebrity parodies on those rides, because of the 1930s, and it was a way to get people invested. They could have just put Rhett Butler up at the top. I'm sorry, Clark Gable. And there would have been an Indiana Jones Boulder kind of a scenario with Scarlett O'Hara just tumbling down towards the doom buggies. And
you thought stairs everywhere was weird. Look at that guy.
Oh, she's tumbling down all the stairs. There's a rear projection, kind of a Pepper's Ghost effect. It is just man, that bitch is taking a lot of steps to the face. Jesus.
Ask her if she gives a damn now.
Oh, it's a good thing that was a transition. I couldn't take much more of that. I just heard you. There's a banister and everything. Just reach out. Anyway.
Yeah, we didn't plan on talking about theme parks for the last 42 minutes, but we have. Oh well.
Well, I just found I just found a little bit of closure about the Skyway. The Skyway closed on November 9th, 1994, and the reason for closure was attributed to metal fatigue. Stress cracks. I don't know why I said that like I was a 52-year-old veteran of, machine maintenance. Stress cracks had developed inside the Matterhorn tower battery supports, and the only way to do maintenance was to open up the Matterhorn to do work on it.
Wait a minute. That's Disneyland.
That's for Disneyland, though. So what the hell are they talking about? Piratesandprincesses.com had an article that was published about this back in 2022. Have you ever wanted to film a drone's eye view of Disneyland? Thanks for the intro. Runs 2-seaters, Walt's Swiss Mountain, Matterhorn, fun facts. Fun facts are fine. Disneyland Skyway was the top layer of Tomorrowland's 5-layer cake of the late 1960s. The other 4 layers included the People Mover, Monorail, Autopia, and Submarine Voyage. I don't know what that means.
Disneyland.
Yeah, it's still Disneyland, right? Disney's Skyway closed in November of 1994. At the time, rumors speculated that the closure was due to an incident in April 1994 when a guest had fallen from a gondola. That's an escalation from a lunger. That's quite a bit more severe. It was later proven that the guest had purposely jumped out of the gondola. Oh my God, it actually happened. With the intention to sue Disney. Okay, lady. Usually the aim in perpetrating a litigation scam is to remain alive afterwards with which to cash the check.
Mm-hmm.
Because if your face is beaten to a pulp from a fall of a great height, kind of makes it hard to identify you. Therefore, no payola. No payola from ruptured gondola. Disney's stated reason for closing the attraction was metal fatigue and stress cracks. Blah, 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 blah. Waning popularity of the Skyway and budgetary concerns were speculated to also be reasons for the closure. Following Skyway's permanent closure, the attraction's operating budget was transferred to the Indiana Jones Adventure attraction, sorry guys, which was in production at the time. That's the Fantasyland station, though, and they do talk about the Magic Kingdom one here. Okay, Magic Kingdom Skyway operated fairly consistently for 28 years until its closure in 1999, which is a significant amount of time later. Okay, I thought they all closed down at the same time.
Mm-mm.
The Skyway rumor mill was stoked again, this time theorizing that a cast member death at the attraction in earlier in 1999 was a primary reason for the closure. Disney's official reason. Why did I laugh at that?
I don't know, because the only cast member I know of that died in '99 was the monorail kid.
That's that fuck. I remember that. See, that's how you know that somebody actually did eat it on Disney property, because everybody knows the day it happened. Everybody. There's no rumors. There's no somebody was dragged beneath the doom buggies in the Haunted Mansion. Now she haunts a Haunted Mansion. It's like, that's fucking, put a sock in it. That never happened. Because when something that grisly does happen on Disney property, there's a lot of witnesses. And by God, word's going to get out. Well, they pay everybody off. No one governing body is that well organized.
Yeah. And the theory that no one can ever be pronounced dead on Disney property, absolutely not true. Lots of people have been pronounced dead on Disney property.
Yeah, you've actually seen a documentary or something about that, didn't you? I remember I was over your house watching it one day.
Yep. And I was on Toby's podcast a couple years back, Secret Transmission. We were talking about the dark side of Disney.
That sounds like some Toby ass shit. Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, we were talking about everyone who had died on Disney property, and then we looked at all this ghostly security cam footage, which we ended up finding out years later that some movie guy made to help promote his video effects course or something.
Yeah, I mean that couldn't have possibly have been like that couldn't possibly have been a possibility, being that you're surrounded by both Dave School and Full Sail, and also Valencia Community College and UCF, which both themselves have a pretty robust film and animation track. That couldn't have been even like an inkling of an idea.
Yeah, but there have been a few like grisly deaths, like one guy who got on the monorail track and was ran over. That was Disneyland, I believe.
That was Disney. Okay, that would have been Disneyland, and I'm guessing quite some time ago, because I don't remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact time frame, but it was a while ago. It's like some guy who snuck into the park. He was on the monorail track, and a security guard saw him and yelled at him. Was like, "Hey, you need to move. There's a train coming." And the guy was drunk or suicidal or just not listening, and he just boom, and he got dragged.
God, imagine how far gone into depression you've got to be to make that kind of a message. Like, I'm going to kill myself with
the Disneyland monorail.
I'm not going to go out with making everybody else miserable that I killed myself.
I think the darkest thing I ever heard, that there was once a hostage situation at the Journey into Imagination bathrooms. You think I made that up, didn't you?
Holy shit!
I think it resulted in his death by cop.
Oh wow! Fuck. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I'm like scrambling for a retort with that one, and I can't. It's just like,
no, you can't with that one.
No, it's so beautifully self-contained that it can't. Imagination. Wow, he did it in time to the song and everything. Shit.
I mean, he couldn't go through the rainbow tunnel.
You got. It's like The Fugitive.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care. It's been a while since we've had chuckle that hard.
That's awesome. Oh shit. If we were smart, we would figure out a way to close on that. That was amazing.
Yeah, you know what? We should just go out on that one.
Oh yeah, we're gonna close on that.
Yeah, right. Let's go out on that.
All right.
That's a perfect jumping off point.
All right.
Hear Goofy screams all the way down. Yeah, I can't do it.
I don't care. I didn't kill my wife.
I didn't kill Minnie. Don't ask me to do Donald. I can't.
Yeah, it's just like no, that's beyond anybody's means. I bet Jay can do like easy though. But,
oh yeah, probably.
The dude has like plastic man like vocal cords. Hate him. Oh God. All right. So Mickey killed his wife. Goofy tried to arrest him in the Rainbow Tunnel on Journey into Imagination.
Staying next to Michael Jackson.
You won't find any dreams here. All right, fuck it. That's it. Oh, sorry. Disney closed down the Magic Kingdom Skyway as part of a program to phase out older attractions. Blah 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 blah. Hey, I'm all about the closure on this shit. All right.
Okay, yeah.
And Goofy did get his man.
Oh Lord,
man, we suck.
Yeah.
All right. Shut it all down.
Okay,
that's good. That'll keep me satiated for at least another month until I can like come back on whenever that might be.
Folks, we want to remind you to practice infinite diversity in infinite combinations. Whether you're a 6-foot talking dog or a 5-foot tall talking rat.
A couple of teenagers getting horny on Small World.
There's a link tree to all of our socials and other media that can be found in the description. Join our Discord and continue the discussion. Jay has square pegs on his YouTube channel. I am Skipper Ball's Breakdown on YouTube. And I'm going to be starting some new stuff on my Patreon. Anyone who follows that, you're going to get some insider information on some things that I probably shouldn't disclose publicly.
Oh, that's tantalizing.
Yeah.
Ooh, so you got some dirt?
You know what? I had as a backup, I was going to tell an NXT story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to save that for next time because this is something that happened a year ago and it's perfectly fine for me to talk about. Okay.
I always wondered if there was like an embargo on your two-fisted tales of audio supremacy.
Kind of, but it's not like there's a statute of limitations. And it happened over a year ago, so but it was nothing on air related. It was something that happened. It was NXT related, and it didn't go well.
Awesome, but for the most part, you've been able to get by on just not that many people knowing who the fuck the Cretans Guild are in order to risk any sort of blowback for it.
I guess that's half of it.
Pretty much, yeah. Just need to remind you that, like, in about a month, I'm going to be living right next to one of the biggest cities in the world, and I still have your stickers.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
We speaking of stickers, we do have merch on TeePublic that features the fantastic art of Tom Solo. Please go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
We are part of the Podfix Network.
We say it every time, but like I'm pretty sure.
I'm sure, like Chris and Keith just visually like pinch the corners of their eye, their nose, just like Jesus fucking Christ. How we need to get rid of them, but we can't.
So, Bob, what's so funny about a hostage murder situation on Disney property?
You have to listen.
And then
you just gotta listen.
Well, if you'd listen to the show. It's like, I do listen to the show. I'm tired of it.
So to all of our followers, new and old, we say welcome to the guild. Welcome. Thank you, JD.
I don't care.
I'm gonna have to make a soundbite of that one.
I know. Oh shit. I must have lost 30 pounds myself laughing at that. Fuck. I'm exhausted. Fuck, man. Oh. I don't know.